I am still waiting to regret my decision for not having kids. That is a post that I saw over the weekend. And my comment to that, and by the way, if you put it, even for myself, right? Like if you put yourself out there, people are going to comment on your stuff or post their opinion. And by the way, that is part of the perpetuation of entitlement in our country, or just in our world in general. But I won't go into that right now. But if you put that up there, people are gonna, comment, and some people agree or disagree. I don't care. That's your life. I really don't care. But what happened was I posted a comment. I said, life starts getting pretty lonely around the age of 45 to 50, and I believe. If I remember correctly, 49 is the age that people are the most unhappy. I don't know exactly why. I didn't really look into that. I just did a quick search on that. It's 49. I can't believe how many people just started attacking me because of that comment. It starts getting lonely. And suddenly it's like, you can't force people to have kids. And I know you're kind. My therapist tells me about people like you. And I know men like you. So, holy cow. Wow. And really the whole, and I sat there and I kind of bantered back. I was like, you have no idea who I am. I am a therapist. Like, no, there's no way you're educated. Holy cow, man. It is rough out there. And this is part of the problem with our society, but really it comes down to biology. So let me go into this real quick. Your brain likes to categorize things. People are like, don't put me in a box. Don't, the whole idea of biasness and racism and all that stuff, it is way more complicated than we think it is. It's easy to say that I'm racist, okay? But that paints me as 100% racist. I'm sure that there are parts of me that may be racist, and I'm trying to eradicate those parts, but there is a biasness out there that we all have, that we all deal with. And sometimes you're aware of it, sometimes you're not. But what happens with our brain is we oversimplify things. And our brain does this on purpose so that it doesn't have to use so much power all the time to make little decisions on something. And so this, it really just kind of showed me that it's like, if I'm not for it, I'm obviously against it. I'm like, well, what if I'm in the middle? What if you live your life and I'll live my life, and you post what you post and I'll post what I post and I'll comment what I think, and you go ahead and comment what you think, and we're fine with that. And this really goes back to something like tribalism, right? Tribalism, if you look at tribalism, one of the main reasons that it occurs and that it even exists is for survival, right? So if you look back at prehistoric hunter-gatherer times, if you were not part of a tribe, you're either going to get killed by a tribe or you're going to get killed by some animal. And so this is where social anxiety kind of comes in to a degree of like, am I fitting in okay? Do people like me? Are people judging me? All this stuff. Because we're trying to fit in. We want to be loved. We want to be accepted. We want a place that we can call our home. And the problem that you run into is if this is the way that the brain is thinking, and it's just not my brain, it's not just my brain, it's like everyone's brain, that if you post a comment that sounds like it's from another tribe, especially one that is an enemy tribe, suddenly you're an enemy, even if you're really not. And I see this all the time, let's say with politics, is that, and I don't, okay, let me put it on the record. I don't like Joe Biden. I think this administration is awful. And I say that, and people are like, oh, you're just a Trumpster. You're just a Trump supporter. No, that doesn't make me a Trump supporter. It makes me anti-Biden. It doesn't make you pro-Trump. There are not two sides to every story. There are possibly several sides to every story, maybe multiple hundreds of sides to every story. And maybe I'm going a little too far with that, but the point that I'm trying to make is life is way more complex than our brain even stops to think about. It's way more complex than we even want to admit, right? So you kind of have two things here. One, just knowing that your brain is going to do this, because it's trying to simplify things. And this is why like 95% of your behaviors are coming from a subconscious part of your brain, so that you don't have to relearn how to walk or drive or relearn how to talk every single time you go to, or relearn how to write your name. Like, so it oversimplifies things just so that we don't have to continuously use so much brain power to understand one little thing. But the problem, and so that's the first thing, is our brain oversimplifies it. And the second thing I would say is just know this for everybody. Know this for everybody, that if someone's attacking you, they're not really attacking you. They're attacking the tribe they think you're in. So it kind of goes back to, there's a book called The Four Agreements. And one of it is like, don't take anything personally. And that's one of the reasons you don't want to take things personally. So I wasn't taking it personally that this girl has no idea. I even said that. I was like, you have 0% knowledge of who I am. And she's like, I know exactly who you are. See, even that is my take on how she's taught. She's probably a sweet girl. I don't know. She's probably okay. But then someone else was like coming in and basically berating me for my point of view. And they're like, why do you even want kids? So let me just put a little plug in there on why I wanted kids, or what kids bring to the table for me. One, they beat the selfish out of me. I was a very selfish individual. And I'm not saying this for everyone, okay? Don't oversimplify it. I'm talking for me. They beat the selfish out of me. I am way, way less selfish because I have 3 kids to take care of, right? 2, they gave me purpose, because it's not just about me anymore. It's not like I get to just go do whatever I want to do. I have people I have to keep alive. Like, that is a ultimate purpose. I'm raising children in a society. So 3, to be able to influence someone in the way my parents did a great job. As parents, we're always going to fail. I feel like there were places my parents could have done a better job, and therefore I'm maybe living vicariously, trying to be there for them the way my parents weren't for me. And I'm not saying my parents weren't there for me. I'm saying in the ways that they weren't, right? The fourth one is, there is a love that you feel that you don't feel at any other relationship. There's no relationship like the ones you have with your children. And it is amazing when they come and they wrap their arms around you and they love you almost unconditionally. It is an amazing feeling. But my fear for this person that's saying I'm waiting to regret my decision, the issue that you run into with that is, I do think a lot of people are giving into this notion, a lot of women are giving into this notion that this narrative that it's like, go work on your career. Don't worry about this stuff later. I hate to say it, but there is a time clock. There is. And it's something, it's not like you get another chance. You get one life. And so my fear, and they're going to have to deal with it, not me. So I suppose I shouldn't be that scared. But the fear is that they're going to get up to, 55 years old and be like, man, my husband left me, or my parents passed away, or, all my siblings are off with their kids and I'm alone. And that's the fear in my mind. But it's not my life, and I get that, and I don't have to deal with that. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what the point of this post was, just to point out something that happened to me. But let me know what you think if you want, or don't, but good game.